number 6 Erica, number 7 Attilio do not run, leaving 10. And we also have 2 jockey changes. Number 1 Elias, Adrie de Vries hurt himself yesterday. He's been a bit unlucky with injuries this month. So Adrie de Vries does not ride. Michel Pecheur, who won that last race, rides into the top weight. Elias in the grey colours, orange sleeves and red cap. And Nick Mountain, number 12, the favourite, also has a new jockey. That is Mikel Cadedo takes the place of Marco Casamento. Marco Casamento rode 2 winners yesterday. He's a very promising young apprentice. No idea why he's not here today. Nobody seems to know. Maybe he's still celebrating yesterday's successes. Anyway, he's not here, and Mikel Cadedo rides instead. That means the horse is carrying £7 more. He's favourite, and I think he has a good chance, but obviously £7 more in a big handicap makes quite a difference. Nick Mountain, number 12, is in the red colours. He usually makes the running. I hope we shall see him quickly enough. In the picture now, we see the green colours with the yellow stripes. That's Eudokia, number 10. Trained by Nicole Polly for Munich trainer Werner Glantz, already winner twice at this meeting, Werner Glantz. And Eudokia in the colours of Stahlpida. Has also been well fancied. Same goes for the top weight. Number 1 Elias with Maxime Pecheur. Number 2 Lorette also has a good chance. André Starker, the trainer, the jockey, Peter Schirgen, the trainer. Team in very good form at the moment in the white colours with the orange star and the orange cap. Number 2 Laurette, second favourite at the moment. Third favourite number 1. Fourth favourite is number 9 Silicon Valley, red colours, dark sleeves, green cap. Martin Zeidel rides this one for Hans-Jürgen Gröschel, who has one of the favourites in the next race, the Group 2, and the horses are now almost all in position here for this, and they're off and running. Badener Roulette-Preis, the 5th race from Baden-Baden today, off and running. This is a handicap over 2,200 metres, 1 mile 3 furlongs. Much better race than the last one. And straight into the lead goes number 10 Eudokia with number 12 Nick Mountain on his outside, and on the wide outside that is Lipari. But as they go past the stands now with a complete circuit still to run, and on the inside Eudokia in the green colours with the yellow stripes, orange cheap pieces. Nick Mountain next to him, and now on the outside is Elias, number 1, the top weight under Maxime Pecheur. Maxime Pecheur, of course, won that last race. He was prominent throughout. He's going to try the same again today, despite this big weight. And as they go towards the far side now, towards the 9 furlong start, and it is Eudokia, number 10, in the lead by about a length and a half from number 12, Nick Mountain. In third place now is Veneto, has moved up into third in the orange and black colours. Alex Piech, the jockey for Andreas Zuberich in Paris today, where he has run in the Group 2. Next to him, moving up now, the colours of Elias, the Röttgen colours, and the whole field now fairly closely bunched at the moment with Lorette, the back marker at the moment. And as they go down the far side, and it's still number 10 Eudokia with these orange cheap pieces in the lead by about a couple of lengths from Nick Mountain and from Elias. And then on the inside, Veneto. There's not much in it. The rest are closely bunched behind. I see Lipari, I see Kasia, I see Event Mum, the dark blue colours with the black cap, and still Lorette, who's now improved to second last on just in front of Lipari out in Silicon Valley. And they go towards the far turn now. We've still got 5 furlongs to run. Eudokia still striding out in the lead, being pushed along a little bit. Nick Mountain is going neck with him, is in second place. In third place on the inside is Veneto. Fourth is Elias, being pushed along, and then also moving up the blue and white colours of Kasia, number 4. But as they come round the turn with 3 furlongs still to run, and it's still Eudokia, number 10, in the lead from Nick Mountain. Eudokia in the green colours, Nick Mountain in the red colours. On the outside is Veneto in the black and orange. We're coming towards the final furlong now, and it's still Eudokia. Nick Mountain just about taking the lead now, but here comes on the outside Veneto, and finishing very strongly on the outside is Kasia in the final furlong now, and it's Veneto gone on. Veneto with Alexander Piech, and he's leading by about a length on the outside. Kasia finishing fast is number 1 Elias, but Veneto wins. Number 3 is the winner, number 4 second, number 1 was third. Veneto, trained by Andreas Zuberich, as I say, he's in Paris today. He has a runner there. Alex Piech, the jockey. Veneto, the winner of this good handicap from Baden-Baden today, the Badener Roulette-Preis. Veneto wins. Indian wins it quite well. Kasia finished strongly for second place, number 4. Third was number 1 Elias, and Nick Mountain, who looked the likely winner 2 furlongs out, I'm afraid faded back into 4th or 5th. We watch the rerun here. On the inside it is Eudokia, who led all the way and is still leading here with a furlong and a half to go. Nick Mountain's challenging him, but on the outside, the black and orange colours, Veneto running on strongly. On his outside, Kasia, and next also running on is number 1 Elias. So that was the finish, the result of the 5th race from Baden-Baden. The winner number 3 Veneto in the colours of
€1,000 on offer over the extended mile and a quarter. And the first one we see is one of Aidan O'Brien's trio of runners here. This is Johannes Vermeer, colt by Galileo, who was a Group 1 winner as a 2-year-old. Only made it to the track once last term. That was at the back end when he finished a creditable third in Group 3 at Newmarket. Fourth behind Minding on his first start this campaign at Naas. Kevin, what did you make of that run, and can you see him improving enough to figure today?
Yeah, he definitely caught the eye, Gary. He was given a very considerate reintroduction to the racetrack, and a Group 1 winner too wouldn't have been among the very best juveniles around, but pretty high level stuff. And while he's certainly proven on soft ground, but we have to almost revise our revision here, because it looks like it isn't going to be quite as soft as we thought it might be this morning. But he won't have any problem with it, no matter how soft or not it is. And I note there was market support for him earlier on. He's getting a shade warmer between his legs, but we wouldn't knock a horse for that. Much different day today, quite muggy, but nothing to get worried about at all.
Just got the one cross-channel raider for this year's renewal, but it's a very interesting horse indeed. Already a Group 1 winner. He's just coming around on our left here now. It's number 2, Decorated Knight, for Roger Charlton, who won this twice, of course, with former stable star Al Kazim. And the drying ground, Kevin, and the bit of fresh ground, which is going to be in use on the round track for the first time in this race, is good news for this horse, isn't it? Because he seems to like top of the ground. He's got a good turn of foot.
He does. To be fair to him, he has shown a good level of form and good to soft, but I'd say, like you say, good ground is probably more to his liking. He won the Jebel Hatta out in Medan there a few months ago. Probably wasn't the best Group 1 you'd ever see, and was a little bit disappointing in the Dubai turf. Maybe the ground was riding a bit funny over there after a couple of big rain showers, so maybe we can forgive him that. And in this, which isn't the strongest Group 1, will be repeating a few times. He must have a pretty solid chance.
Andrea Azzini will be on board. Behind him is Reckless Gold, who's going to be one of the outsiders here. Joseph O'Brien's runner with Wayne Lorden in the plate. He's going to have to improve significantly on what we've seen from him so far. One with a chance, though, just coming around to our left again, is the 8 horse Somehow, who turns out quickly here after running in the Lock-in Stakes just last weekend. And you would imagine, Kevin, there's a strong chance she mightn't have run in this were Minding not sidelined by that late.
Could a market move that they couldn't bring about, that tells you that they obviously think she's up to this sort of company, and this is a much weaker race. The trip is hard to know. She's seemed to improve over a little bit shorter, but I could see her going very close here today.
Moonlight Magic going in second to Minding last time, certainly has his chance. Here we go for the Tattersalls.
Set, and they're off. Deauville popped away smartly on the outside of Success Days. In the centre, they're being followed by Decorated Knight. Moonlight Magic is next, and they're being followed in the early stages by Reckless Gold, who's on the inside of Johannes Vermeer. These are followed then by Somehow as they make the way on now to take them right down the far side and begin now to make the run that'll take them close towards the mile pole, and Success Days picks it up and leads. From in second place, Deauville, just on the outside of Decorated Knight. They're being followed in fourth place by Moonlight Magic, with towards the inside Reckless Gold in company with Johannes Vermeer, and they're followed by Somehow with Gentle J, the back marker. But Success Days will take them on the climb up past the 7 to race towards the top of the track. In the lead from Moonlight Magic, making ground in between horses now on the outside of Decorated Knight. Deauville is fourth and Reckless Gold is 5. They're being followed by Johannes Vermeer in company with Somehow and Gentle J. So they're reaching now the top of the track and beginning to make the run that will take them on the descent for the home turn in the Tattersalls Gold Cup, with Success Days the grey in front for Shane Foley. In second place on the outside is Moonlight Magic and Kevin Manning. Then comes Decorated Knight and Andrea Azzini. Deauville and Royan Moore in fourth place, just ahead of Reckless Gold 5, and they're followed by Johannes Vermeer, Somehow and Gentle J. About to breast the bend now to swing into the straight, and Success Days continues in front. Moonlight Magic second. Decorated Knight on the inside trying to improve. Deauville on their outside. Racing on down just outside the 2 in the Tattersalls Gold Cup, and Success Days in front. Decorated Knight, Deauville on the outside of Moonlight Magic. They're being followed by Somehow, and then Johannes Vermeer. They're racing now inside the final 200 yards, and it's on the near side. Decorated Knight and Andrea Andrea Azzini, who lead from somehow putting in a strong bid on the near side ahead of Deauville, but up towards the finish, Decorated Knight and Andrea Azzini will win it for Roger Charlton, holding somehow. Deauville is third, Johannes Vermeer and Success Days.
Roger Charlton strikes again here at the Curragh. It's a third Tattersalls Gold Cup in the space of 4 years, I think it is. Alcazine won it twice, and Decorated Knight, Kevin, travelled so powerfully, and it turned out the ground hadn't gone too much against him. He's won well. He
has won well. No nonsense ride from Andrea Azzini. The eye was drawn to somehow in behind. It was constantly denied a clear run, but you have to say, when she did get into the clear, late as it was, she wasn't really pegging back Decorated Knight at the line. You know, the gap is a length here and it's a length at the line. So I wouldn't like to be making too much fuss about her in terms of being an unlucky loser. Decorated Knight, I think, is won a snug at the line, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, I think Andrea Azzini ideally would have liked to arrive a bit later. You could see this horse's ears just prick when he got to the front, but in fairness, he was in a bit of a pocket and he probably did the wise thing, just trying to get out of there. Joined by our winning jockey Andrea Azzini. Andrea, that was, I'm sure, a very, very enjoyable one. Just take us through the closing stages there.
No, listen, it was very smoothly. We had a good draw. We had a good position all the way. We didn't go very quick and travelled beautifully into the race. And 2 hours, very confident that he was going to take a decent horse to beat him today. And he got to the front easily enough. And the last 150 yards, got a little bit long, and then when the second horse came at him, he went again. He's very brave and he's got a big heart and he's going the right way.
Yeah, you kind of had to go when you did, to be fair, didn't you? Because otherwise you were risking being locked up for the vital stage.
Yeah, well, obviously Deauville was sort of on my outside and I didn't want to commit too early, but at the same time I couldn't sit any longer because, like I said, I could see Brian coming round and I didn't want to get boxed in. So, no, but he was very brave and he went quite well.
Yeah, and I presume your heart probably sank when you saw all the rain here yesterday. Were you pleasantly surprised when you found out what the ground was like today?
I was very surprised, and when I heard that an inch of rain, and I thought it was a horse that needed top of the ground, but Mr. Charlton was very keen to take his chance, and fair play to him and the owners, really,
Yeah. Welcome back to the Curragh. We're on to our third of the day. It's the Airlie stud Gallinule Stakes, and Jessica Harrington bidding to keep up her rich vein of form with Red Label here. Brother Bear, of course, very impressive in the Marble Hill Stakes yesterday. 15-8, did go out to 2-1 briefly from 6-4. Homesman is next best at 5-1. Vociferous Marina, the Musadora, fourth at 6. Money for Active Valor, Michael O'Callaghan's runner, 7 from 10. Also for Born to Play on track, 8 from 10. Finn McCool's on 9-1. Utah at 16 with Angel Island, 25 Twin Stars. A good race, Kevin. Born to Play is a horse I know we both quite like for this one. Red Label, though, a worthy favourite, would you say?
I don't think there's a whole lot in it, Gary. Look, he boasts the highest official rating, but I think it might be a little bit more closely knit than the market suggests, perhaps. Like you say, we both like Born to Play. He comes into this a maiden. He was just touched off at Cork last time. I thought he should have won. He kind of picked up a bump just at the wrong time, and he got rolling again. It was just all too late. Stepping up and trip would be really suit, as will the softer ground. And I think there's a fair bit of improvement in him now, I think. And there's been heavy market support. He was as big as 33-1 overnight, and the market support has been pretty relentless for him, so hopefully he'll justify it.
Yeah, a little bit gassy in the preliminaries there, as you could see. There was a trace of that in the parade ring as well, just before he went down to the start, but hopefully he'll just relax a little bit there for Gary Carroll now down at the mile and 2 post. Red Label got the better of Taj Mahal in that Gowran Park race on his Irish debut. There is Red Label in the green jacket with the red cap. Colin O'Donoghue on board. Another of these nice horses that Jesse Harrington's received from Luca Kamani. And he's entitled to improve for that as well, Kevin, isn't he? Didn't seem to be particularly strongly fancied on the day. I think a good run was expected, but maybe winning was a bonus.
Yeah, and I think the ground it was soft there. It won't be that bad today. And looking at him move, I'd say the sound of the surf, it's one of those races now. Pretty much all of these are open to some amount of improvement, including him. So it's a tricky one to weigh up, but I'm happy to stick with Born to Play, as are you, I'm sure.
Yeah, very much so. I hope he run well here for John Murphy, who certainly deserves a change of luck. Rattling the woodwork with a lot of his runners so far this season. Let's join Des then as the last few go forward for the Gallinule.
And Finn McCool is the last for the early stud Gallinule Stakes, Group 3, and they're off. Angel Island jumped away smartly in the centre, but is restrained as Active Valor, and on the inside Finn McCool move up to dispute the lead. So on settling down now, Finn McCool and Donnacha O'Brien move to the rail position. Active Valor, Pat Smullen just on the outside. Angel Island then is just restrained, and they're followed by Homesman on the outside. Improving towards them is Born to Play, followed on the inside then by Red Label as they make their way now to begin the climb to take them up past the mile pole. And going along in front, Finn McCool leads Active Valor second. Red Label disputes third with Born to Play in fourth. After them comes Homesman on the outside of Angel Island, and they're being followed by Vociferous Marina, who's racing on the inside of Twin Star, and they're being followed by Utah as they begin now to make their way towards the top of the track. And in front is Finn McCool bowling along a length and a half in front. Active Valor second, Red Label is third, and Born to Play is fourth. A few lengths back then to Angel Island on the inside of Homesman. Vociferous Marinas on the inside of Twin Star, and Utah is the back marker. On the descent now down to take them for the approach to the straight in the early stud Gallinule Stakes. The leader is Finn McCool from Active Valor. Red Label running third on the inside of Born to Play. Angel Island and Homesman next, with Twin Star on the outside of Vociferous Marina and Utah as they begin now to make the swing in. 3 furlongs to go, and Finn McCool is in the lead, a couple of lengths in front. In second place, Active Valor, Born to Play, followed by Red Label. Homesman is next with Angel Island and Twin Star, Vociferous Marina and Utah trying to make ground in the centre of the track. Beginning the run on now towards the final furlong and a half, and it's Finn McCool now from Born to Play on the near side of Active Valor. Homesman is running on towards the outside, racing now inside the last 200, and it's Born to Play coming in the centre. Homesman putting in a strong run on the near side, and these two settle down to battle it out. Born to Play on the far side with Homesman, and Homesman on the near side. Rhineboard just getting up. Born to Play, Finn McCool, Twin Star ahead of Red Label, who is fifth.
Couldn't decide about Homesman in the betting, going 5 out to 6, probably returns at 5 to 1, indeed does so. Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore, too good in a battling success.
Banfassa in front of us, an interesting one too. I wouldn't have her now today. I think she's got a fair bit of improvement to find. Beautiful pedigree. A half-sister to Tia Philo, physically very attractive. You know, she did her big job now winning that race at Leopardstown, but today's a big ask. I think that was a weak renewal of that race, much more needed today. I'd be a little bit surprised if she found the improvement, but with Jim Bulger, you never know. These horses can jump up on classic days and show you things they've never showed before.
Here's the O'Brien contingent just getting legged up. Asking is very, very fresh, as you can see, and awash with sweat as well. And O'Brien just climbed the board, and she really is in danger of boiling over before the race. Hydrangea following her out, sweating up a little bit, not quite to the same extent, but Winter is the one of the O'Brien runners we saw. Roly Poly's just gone ahead of them, who seems to be taking things really well, Kevin. She's nice and relaxed and hasn't sweated up really at all from what we can see.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a tiny bit between her legs, that's all, but she seems quite relaxed in herself. Physically, she's quite tall and lengthy. We didn't give much of a mention to Anine. You know, what a story that would be for Kevin Prendergast, the half-sister to Autad, who won the 2,000 guineas here last year. And I give her a good chance. You know, I was impressed with her last year. She's always been held in very high regard. This has always been the intention to come straight here. And the ground doesn't look like it's too bad. That should be fine for her. She won a good to yielding here. And yeah, she's 11 to 1. I give her a good solid chance.
Yeah, she's a lovely looking filly, no question about that. Rahan has gone in. There's Banfassa and Asking out the back. Here goes Winter, so loading up pretty steadily now. Won't be too much longer for the 2017 edition of the Tattersalls Irish 1000 guineas. It's up to Des Cahill in the commentary box.
Now Anine. And Asking and Anne O'Brien, the last of the 8 runners for the Tattersalls Irish 1000 guineas, look set. And they're off. Intricately jumps away smartly in the centre to dispute the lead with alongside Hydrangea towards the inside. Rahana's close up, Banfasso on the inside, Winter just in behind, and they're being followed by Asking towards the inside of Anine. So as they settle down now, it's Hydrangea and Porrick Beggy who lead them up towards the elbow, with Banfasso towards the inside, Kevin Manning. In the green jacket, Rahana close up for Pat Smullen. These three are followed by Winter and Ryan Moore. Then comes Anine and Chris Hayes on the outside of Asking and Anna O'Brien. Intricately, Donnacha O'Brien followed by Roly Poly and Shamie Heffernan. But it's Rahana who's bowling along on the outside of Hydrangea. Break then of a few lengths to in third place Banfasso. Then comes the grey Winter in fourth place. Asking is next in company with Anine and Intricately and Roly Poly. As they pass the halfway, and Rahana and on the inside against the rail Hydrangea. They're three clear of Banfasso with Winter. Then comes Anine trying to make ground on the outside of Asking. Intricately is next and Roly Poly. Heading on now towards the two, Rahana, Hydrangea and Winter making ground in the centre of the track. Intricately is staying on the outside of Asking as they begin the run now towards the final furlong, and Winter and Ryan Moore have smoothly gone 3 lengths clear, followed by Intricately and Hydrangea and Roly Poly. And as they race up towards the finish, it's Winter and Ryan Moore. It's going to be a Guineas double for Aidan O'Brien. Churchill completed the double yesterday, and Winter in some style for Ryan Moore. And it's close for the second place between Roly Poly, Intricately, Hydrangea, and the four are well clear of Rahana.
Well, that was seriously impressive. If Churchill won a bit easier here yesterday than he did at Newmarket, this filly is absolutely sluiced in here, Kevin. She was backed as if defeat was out of the question, and she's duly steamrolled them, isn't she?
She has. Look, she's backed up what she's done at Newmarket, maybe even exceeded it. You know, she's a free-going filly. You know, I think even at that, you know, Ryan would have wanted more cover than he got. You know, she wasn't out in the wing, but she didn't have as much cover as he would have liked. Because ideally, you'd really want to bury this filly with a real strong pace in front of her. Visually, there didn't seem to be a huge bit of pace on. There was quite a few of these pulling. They're still quite compressed there, just at the 2 furlong pole. So I'd say they haven't gone mad in front, and that wouldn't be ideal for her either. But she still sprinted away from them late on, to be fair to her, put the race to bed very quickly, as she did at Newmarket.
Eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed you rolled up your sleeves there. That's usually a metaphor for hard work, but that mustn't have felt like work at all, did it?
No, it's very easy. She gave me a lovely ride. It's very straightforward. Travelled, took me into the race without me asking her a thing, and it was very easy. And I couldn't be more impressed by her today.
I'm sure you were impressed by what you saw at Newmarket, but she looked to take it to another level there. Did you feel that way? Yeah, look, she was relentless. She just kept building all the way to the line, and you know, it rode like a piece of work for her. It was just very easy, and she's a very good filly. Yeah, she's already in illustrious company, because very few have managed to pull off that Newmarket Curragh 1000 Guineas double, and the sky could be the limit, couldn't it? Because she's only really starting to get rolling now. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to say it's been a step forward for me for each of her runs, and the way she felt today, she done everything right, and I see no reason why she wouldn't carry on progressing. Is she an out-and-out miler, do you think? I think the mile was fine. She'd probably get a little bit longer, but you know, there's no her dam obviously won at Wokenham. You know, she's a fast filly. She's you know, I'd say a mile and a quarter would both come alike to her. Yeah, it's been a brilliant weekend so far, Ryan. Just pleased to be with the big horse yesterday. Look, I said plenty about him yesterday, but obviously I was delighted with him. I thought he'd done it very well. Every time we ask him a question, he always comes up with an answer, and you know, he's just a beautiful horse with a beautiful action. And you know, I rode him this day last year, and I loved him, and he's just always done it for me. So couldn't be happier with both of them. And the middle of your 3 winners, another big horse, actually, Holmes man. He wouldn't have the engine of Churchill, not many do, but how impressed were you by him today? Yeah, it was the first time I sat on him. As you said, he's a fine big horse, and he looks like he's got plenty to work on. And you know, I'd say when he gets on faster ground, it would be a help to him. Travel round very well, and just struggle to get out of that ground, you know. But hopefully, he you know, the size he is, I'd say there's plenty of room for improvement in him, and you know, another nice colt to look forward to. Yeah, terrific season already. Excited about next weekend? Well, it's Derby, yeah. It's the most important race of the year, so yeah, obviously looking forward to it a lot. Are you going to leave it late to make up your mind what you're going to ride? We haven't talked about that yet. Well, really the rest of the season. It's going to be fascinating to see how she gets on. We'll hear from Aidan O'Brien as well, just to see what the plans are. Royal Ascot likely to be next stop, though. Moving on, Fillies centre stage again for this valuable handicap, and Bombacine has come to the top of the market for this at 7-2, chasing a hat-trick after wins at Gowran Park and Killarney in her last couple of starts. But 9 stone 10, she carries the same weight as Elusive Beauty. Kevin, it won't be easy for her to concede that to some useful rivals.
No, I don't think so. Megan's Moon is the one I liked. I thought that was a lovely run last time behind that British at Killarney. I think the bigger track here will very much suit. She's drifted. She was chalked up as fav when this market went up. She's been a little bit weak, but I won't let that put me off. I think it's a fair price.
Just about set. Here's Des.
They're off. And Lady Derrynane jumped away smartly in the centre. Megan's Moon is close up on the outside. Mujazi is prominent and on the inside. Bombacina improves on the outer now to join issue with Mujazi on the inside, and Bombacina comes through in the yellow jacket to just pick it up from Mujazi, with Megan's Moon close up on the outside. Lady Derrynane not far behind the leaders in 4th place, and these are followed by Constant Comment, who's on the outer. Little Clarinets towards the inside of Elusive Beauty as they race on now towards the far turn with Ground Frost. Tightly grouped up as they make their way now with about 5.5 furlongs ahead of them. Bombacina, Billy Lee in front of Megan's Moon, Declan McDonough second. Mujazi on the rail for Pat Smullen and Lady Derrynane. Colin O'Donoghue with Constant Comment on the outside. Little Clarinet is next, and they're followed by Ground Frost and Elusive Beauty. On they come now to the halfway point, and Bombacina pressed by Megan's Moon. Lady Derrynane in the centre, on the outside Constant Comment. Mujazi is followed by Little Clarinet, and then Ground Frost and Elusive Beauty. Racing on now with just a little over 2 furlongs to go. Bombacina pressed by Megan's Moon and Lady Derrynane towards the near side. Not much between the three. Constant Comment on the outside, and they're followed by Mujazi, with after them Elusive Beauty racing now inside the final furlong. And over on the near side, Constant Comment now being pressed on the outside by Ground Frost, putting in a run, Lady Derrynane and Little Clarinet. It's a 4-way go as they go towards the finish. Little Clarinet and Constant Comment, Little Clarinet, Elusive Beauty and Ground Frost, and wait for the judge for all placings.
Little bit of a turn up here. Little bit of a turn up. The favourite is well beaten in the end, Bombacina, in around 6th place, but in the middle of the pack, Constant Comment has scored.
Yeah, she's doing very well now. She was a little bit backward last year, so we didn't get her run into her, but she hasn't done much wrong this year.
And today's race, was that always on the radar, or more so after she won last week?
Well, I never know with the handicapper, you see, what he's going to do. So it was Monday morning before I found out what her rating was. So I said I better stick her in and see how she recovered then during the week. But she perked up quickly. We had her in the paddock for a couple of days, and then she was going for a buck and a squeal. So I thought it was okay to go.
And is there a plan after this, Jim, or is it a case of see how he reacts to this one?
Oh, the handicapper's the boss for the moment.
Okay, we shall see. Jim, just to go back to the big race, I spoke to you briefly afterwards. I got the impression you were pretty unhappy about that incident where Banfassa got squeezed up at the bend. Just give us your take on it, if you will.
Well, sure, it should never have happened, and it was very obviously dangerous riding. I don't know what the outcome was, but it was disgraceful riding.
And what did Kevin Manning say when he came in? Did he feel his chance disappeared in that incident?
Well, it was obvious.
And is the filly okay after the race?
The filly is fine, yeah. But it could have been otherwise. And there was absolutely no need for it whatsoever. Pat Smullen had the whole track under him, and he decides to play jockey and take out the two on his inside. Like, there's no excuse for that sort of carry on.
Yeah, a real shame then that it happened to Banfassa. So what would be your inclination from here, Jim? Where would you might go next with her?
Well, we'll have to see how she is, and I'll have to talk to Joe Osborne and John Ferguson and see where they might like to go.